Assalamualaikum and good day, everyone. For Way Anova, we will take a look at example 15. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. A researcher wishes to see whether the type of gasoline used, okay, the type of gasoline used and the type of automobile driven have any effect on the gasoline consumption. Okay, two types of gasoline, regular and high octane, will be used, and two types of automobile, two-wheel and four-wheel drive, we will use in each group. Okay, there will be two automobiles in each group for a total of eight automobile use. Using a two-way analysis of variance, the researcher will perform the following step. Okay, so before we go for this particular hypothesis testing, okay, so let we um, determine, all right, what are the independent variables and what is the dependent variable. Okay, so for this particular examples, independent variables, okay, you uh we will see that, okay, type of uh gasoline and um, type of automobile will be our independent variables. While for dependent variables, okay, this is the dependent variable is what are we measure? Okay, we measure uh gasoline consumption. Okay, so gasoline consumption will be your dependent variables. And how many level for each of your independent variables? You have two types of gasoline. Okay, and okay, I say that this is A. This is A. And how many types of automobile? Two types also. Okay, also two types. So, this is our independent our levels for each of our independent variables. So for this particular example, this is actually 2 times 2, two-way ANOVA. Okay, 2 times 2 because you have two levels for independent variables 1 and two level for independent variables 2. While you measure the effects on gasoline consumption, right? Okay, so the step is first you state the hypothesis. Okay, remember we have to mention the null and alternative hypothesis. So since that this is two-way ANOVA, you will have interaction hypothesis. You will have uh, for one independent variables, which is type of gasoline, and another one for type of automobile, the hypothesis. We will see using the example. And the step two, for the critical value for each F test, okay, since that now, uh, basically we actually have this three F statistic. Okay, we have this three F statistic. So when we doing our hypothesis testing, we have to compare with the FCV, and this is must be compared with FCV. But depending on your level, okay, there will be different degree of freedom for each of your FCV. Okay, so you might have the same FCV or you might have different FCV. So how do you know? Okay, the degree of freedom for F is depending on degree of freedom for your A minus 1 and your error. So means that, okay, here V1U is, okay, let's say I write as V1, V2. Okay, V1 equals to uh, A minus 1. Sorry, it's actually cramp here. Let's write here. Yeah. So FA compare with F alpha minus 1 and sorry A, A B n minus 1. Okay, FB versus FB minus 1, AB n minus 1. Okay, while for FA times B, okay, you will compare with F uh, A minus 1, B minus 1, and AB n minus 1. Right? So it's actually easier for us to find the critical value after you complete your two-way ANOVA summary table because it depends on each of degree of freedom and with the error. Okay, A degree of freedom with error, B degree of freedom with error, interaction degree of freedom with error. Okay, so let's take a look at example later on. Okay, and then step 3, we complete the summary table to get the test value. Step 4, make the decision, conclude the result. All right. Okay, so for this particular example, this is the data. All right, this is the data. So since that each of the group you will have 2 automobiles. So this is how the data will look like. Okay. All right. To do it first, okay, make sure that you add the total row and column like these examples. Okay. Now I will refer this as row 1 and I will refer this as row 2. Okay. And this is I will refer as column 1 and this is column 2. Okay. So let's take a look at the examples here. Okay. So SSA is okay, T1 dot square. Okay. When it looks like this, one is means that okay, row column, okay, it refer to the first column. Dot means all. Okay, dots mean all. So means that you have to add all of this to get this particular total. So for this particular total, 26.7 plus 25.2 plus 25.6 plus 29.3, we will get the answer as 109.8. Okay, meanwhile, for uh, row number 2, total. So means this is, okay, T1 dot, T2 dot. Okay, so this is 0.3 plus 0.8 plus 26.1 plus 24.2. You will get the answer as okay 115.4. Okay, okay. While for this particular column, okay, total dot column 1. This is total dot column 2. Okay, so you add along the column. Okay, so uh to 6.7 plus 25.2 plus 32.3 plus 32.8 equals to 117. 28.6 plus 29.3 plus 26.1 plus 24.2, you will get 108.2. So the total will be 225.2. It means you add this and you add this, you will get the same total. And this is referred to T dot dot. Okay. And basically we do the operation outside the box. Okay, so means uh I just want to show to you on how you calculate for each row and each column. So you basically will have this particular output for this. Okay, you will have 109.8, and here is 115.4. Okay, so here is 108.2, and here is 117. Okay, you total this plus you will get this. You total this, you will get this. Okay, you can check. All right. Okay, now we will start calculating SSE. Okay, so how do you calculate SSA? Okay, so T 1 dot square. So means, okay, 0.8 square over N 1 dot. So how many N in the first row? How many N? So here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you have 4N plus, okay, 115.4 square 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for the row. Okay, so you have 4. And then you minus, okay, the summation of x, all of the total, okay, 225.2 square over n. How many n? 8. Okay, 8. Okay, you will get the answer 3.92. Okay, so make sure you do this exercise and make sure you get the same numbers. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at SSB. Okay, so okay, to make this to make it clear, I will, okay. T dot 1 square is the column 1, 117 square over how many n in this column? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we calculate how many n in along the column. Okay, 4. Okay, plus 108.2 square over 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4. Okay, and we minus, okay, summation of x, 225.2 square over 8 equals to 9.68, right? So, okay, this is SSB. And the next thing that we need to calculate is SSA times B.